Hey guys, this is Louis. Welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, then I'm guessing that you passed the A plus Core 1 exam. You're preparing for the Core 2 and you probably just trying to get some tips and tricks and try to see if you could make sure you pass this exam. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the A plus Core 2 220-1102 exam. We got about 4 domains for this exam. The first domain is going to be operating systems, which is 31%. The next domain will be security, which is 25% of the exam. Software troubleshooting, which is 22% of the exam. Operational procedures, which is 22% of the exam as well. Now, make sure to download the objective PDF for the test. Make sure to download it. You want to know what is going to be there, and you don't want to be overstudied. You don't want to study for things that's not going to be there, and the objectives are going to tell you exactly what's on the exam and exactly what you need to study for and brush up on and stuff like that. All right. So the exam is about 90 minutes long, as most of the exams for Comptia is. Most of them is going to be 90 minutes long. You get no more than 90 questions on the exam. It's going to be between performance-based questions and multiple choice questions. I've never had 90 questions on the exam, but if you want to count, I guess, how the performance-based questions is, because one performance-based question could have multiple drag and drops and all these different things going on. So, you know, if you want to look at it like that, you could, but I've never gotten 90 questions on the exam. And the more performance-based questions, I don't know if I talked about this in the other video, but the more performance-based questions you get, the less multiple choice questions you get. So if you only get 3 performance-based questions, there's a chance that you might get a lot more multiple choice questions versus someone that got 5 or 6 performance-based questions. Usually for me, I only gotten, I think, about 6 or 5, the most performance-based on all my Comptia exams. So I think they try to probably keep it in that range. Now, they say that you need to have about 12 months experience as a desktop support or IT support role, whatever. I didn't have no experience in none of those when I took the exam, when I started practicing for the exam. So I don't think you necessarily need that. Of course, if you have that experience, it's going to be a very good thing. It's going to be a plus for you. So you should be able to take the exam and get a really good grade, because you did not only studying, but you already have the hands-on experience. And there's a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to learn just from reading that you have to go through in real life, experience-wise, right? So experience is going to help, but you don't necessarily need it to pass this exam. Like I said in the other video, you can take the exam in person. All of Comptia exams, you could take them in person or you could take them virtually, which is with Pearson VUE. I do mine virtually all the time, and I actually really like it. Only thing is, you want to make sure you use the bathroom and you do all the stuff that you need to be doing, because you can't stop. You don't want to be stopping right in between the tests. I remember one time, which is for another story, but I remember when I was taking my Linux Plus, I was so happy that I passed that I said yes. The exam was already complete. Everything. I just said yes because I saw my passing score, and I don't think they could have seen exactly what I saw, so they probably thought I was talking, and by the grace of God, they didn't eliminate my exam. But when you get in proctor, they're gonna be on you. They're gonna be watching everything you do and making sure that you're not messing around and cheating and stuff like that. To pass this exam, you will need a 700 out of 900. Which is basically an 87%, or no, sorry, not an 87, a 77%. So a 77.78%, something like that, right? To pass. It is very doable to me. Like I said, in the first video, compared to the other exams, the A plus has to meet one of the lowest requirements to pass. For the Core 1, you just needed a 675, and for this exam, the Core 2, you just need a 700. to pass. So if you study right, you put the work in, you shouldn't have any issues passing this exam. So now let's get into the resources that I used. Remember I was telling you earlier to download the objectives. Make sure the first thing you do when you know you're about to take this exam or you're about to prepare for this exam is download the objectives for the test. Download the objectives. First thing, print them out. Then you find a resource that you feel more comfortable, or you find a resource that works best for you, because there are many resources out there for you, but find one that works for you. The ones that worked for me was Professor Messer, YouTube videos, free YouTube videos, and he breaks it down. I like the fact that he just keeps it only on what really you need to know for the exam. He's not trying to overload your brain with information. He's trying to get you prepared for the exam and understand the concepts and objectives of what's going to be on the exam. So I will say to make sure to check him out and see if that's a form of teaching that works for you. So I watch Professor Messer's videos, and I probably watch them once, twice, maybe even 3 times. I watch them back and forth, just trying to make sure I get them, right? And another resource that I used was Jason Dion, and his videos is on point. His practice, I actually like Professor Messer's videos more, and then I like Jason Dion's practice exams. So for a lot of my exams that I've taken, CYSA Plus and Security Plus and all them other ones, I combine them. So I would do the videos from, except for the CYSA Plus, because I didn't find any videos that Professor Messer had that was for that specific exam. But I usually get the videos from Professor Messer, and then I use the practice exams from Jason Dion, and I combine it to create my own little study thingamajiggy, my little routine or whatever. So I would say check out Jason Dion's stuff. He has training videos. The only difference between his training stuff is you have to pay for the training videos. If you wait and you keep your eye on it, it's on Udemy. So if you keep your eye on Udemy, you'll see they have sales a lot of times. All my training stuff that I got for Jason Dion, I got them on sale. So just keep your eye on it. I know you don't want to spend no whole lot of money on stuff. So keep your eye on it. They should have a sale. They have good sales. A lot of times I get my stuff for $12, $20 and stuff like that. And I usually just buy his videos and then I buy the practice tests at the same moment. Now, to move on, the next resource that I used was ACI Learning, IT Pro TV. And I didn't, for this specific exam, for the A Plus Core 1 and Core 2, I used it, but I didn't really use it too much. It was mainly Professor Messer and Jason Dion was what I used. So, but I did go through their material for those tests, and I did skim through it to try to see if there's anything that they talking about that might be able to help me even more. Right? After I did my studying, I went through the objectives one by one and trying to make sure that I understand it. I would try to explain it to myself. If I see something, let's just, for an example, I'm going through the objectives. The objective says, I need to know what a switch is. I'm like, okay, what's a switch? I'm breaking it down in my head. And I'm trying to make sure that I understand the terms to the point where if I get a question, I have an idea of, oh no, this can't be the answer, or this could be the answer, right? So that's mainly what I did, and a lot of practice tests. Don't worry about passing the practice tests on your first try, stuff like that. If you fail, you're able to see which domains you did wrong at. That's why I like how Jason Dion's stuff is set, because if you fail, he set it up to where you could see what domains you're doing bad at, and you're able to see the questions that you got wrong, and then you're able to go over the questions and get the right answer and why it's right. You feel me? So just do a lot of practice tests. You study, you do practice tests, and have it structured in a way where you actually retain the information. All right? So basically that was it. That's all I did. I used Jason Dion, Professor Messer, a little bit of ACI Learning, and a lot of practice tests. Just practice tests after practice tests. So I hope this video helps you guys pass this exam, because after you pass this exam, you will officially be Comptia A+ certified. And I know you're gonna feel good. So appreciate you guys watching my video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and turn on your bell notification. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.